Hi there, and welcome to the Old Forest Cave, as I like to call it, here in my local woods. I have a question. Will I be arrested the next time I go to the UK? Will the authorities handcuff me and throw me in jail for the things I'm going to say in this video, and also other things I have posted on social media and so on? Because it seems like they are actually doing that now. I honestly don't know what it takes. I honestly don't know what is allowed to say over there anymore. It's a mess. And we're going to talk a little bit about it and the problems in the UK here in this video. But first, let's get the fire going. As I mentioned before, I'm a novelist, and I believe in free speech. I believe that without free speech there can be no freedom, there can be no democracy. And free speech is, it's kind of the trademark of a good and civilized society. We must be allowed to disagree, we must be allowed to criticize the authorities, we must be allowed to criticize ideologies, religions, and so on and so on. But that seems to be not the case in the UK anymore. I've been to England many times, and Scotland and so on, and I love England and Scotland, and it saddens me to see what's been going on there. Especially England, I would say, has been destroyed by immigration. And I think that's very obvious. And we need to be able to say that. We need to be able to say that when you import mostly young men from predominantly Muslim countries, and you keep doing that year after year after year, you're going to change the country, and that is what has happened. And that's why people now feel that they've just had enough, and they are protesting. Now, I do not support the violent kind of protest. I do not support racism. Well, I don't support racism in general. But also let me make it very clear that criticizing Islam is not racism, even though they like to call it that. I myself, I don't like Islam. I disagree with the foundations of Islam, and I know very well what those are. Islam brings nothing good to the countries where it's allowed to spread. And I know that that's a statement that probably puts me on some kind of list, but at this point I don't care anymore. It's an ideology that I don't like. It's an ideology of segregation and submission. I do not support that, and I do not want it anywhere near me. Now, of course, I need to say this. This is not a criticism of people who like to call themselves Muslim. This should not even be necessary for me to mention. But in today's intolerant political climate, it is. Now, this video is not really about Islam or my criticism of Islam. This video is about my criticism of the UK government and other governments, because we are seeing the intolerance spreading. Not long ago, people like myself was called like a murderer, people were writing on social media that people like me should be put in jail, isolated, and cast out of society. And if you dared share some proper scientific information about a certain shot in the arm, you would be banned. And I struggled for, well, ever since I have been struggling here on this channel because of shadow banning and all of these things that they do. Yeah, I criticized how the big cough was handled. And I think that's when a lot of people saw how authorities are they do not care about freedom of speech anymore. They do not care about your freedom and your rights. And yes, I know how it goes. Okay, so now I've been naughty again. I've said something that we shouldn't say. And again, you know, I'm, what's it called? Persona non grata? Is that what it's called? Someone who should not be touched. The unclean. But okay, bit of a rant there. But I get upset because I'm seeing the pain, I'm seeing the injustice, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. And we need to call these people out, and we need to point our finger at them and tell them exactly what they are and what they are doing and why it's wrong. We need to peacefully protest and speak our minds. We must be courageous. And I know it's a much bigger risk for you guys over in the UK. I'm just here in Norway, out in the woods, you know. So you could say it's easy for me to say this, but I'll still say it. And I want to ask you guys, if you're still watching, you know, please help this video and help this channel by subscribing. That is the most important thing to help spread this message. It's very easy, and it's for free. Just click on that subscribe button. It would help the channel tremendously if you do that. And okay, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and you know, I hope to see you in the next one. Or rather, I hope that you will see me in the next video. And I try to upload videos a couple of times a week. So tune in for that. Okay. And as always, stay strong.